Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Albert and today we drive the Kia Rio. This is the fourth generation of the Kia Rio, which started to be mass-produced in 1999. Straight from the beginning, I'm gonna tell you that this is way better than the previous generations of the Kia because, well, it's been improved not only on the inside but also on the outside, and even the engines became better. And today we're gonna take this car for a test drive and I'm gonna tell you how it is. Now let's have a chat about this car. Well, we have to know that this car actually goes against the Ford Fiesta, the Opel Corsa, or Vauxhall Corsa, or Renault Clio, which means that this is the small compact segment. And I have to tell you that Kia is actually a very good competitor against the competition because, well, it got better on the quality of the materials, better on the engines, and of course better on the outside. I mean, this car actually looks quite cool. And we have to talk about the front end of the car, the rear end of the car, and of course the interior of the car, which I find it quite appealing. So let's start with the front end of the car. First of all, it's been completely redesigned and it has the Kia signature of its newer models. You immediately notice the headlights, which they have LED daytime running lights, and they are sleek and angular while accomplishing the front grille. The front grille looks quite cool in this black finish, and well, above it we have the Kia logo. In the front bumper you can see the large air intake that this car has, but I think it looks quite cool and gives the car a sporty stance. The fog lights are neatly placed, and I have to tell you that I like this plastic cover that covers the fog lights. They look quite cool. The front end of the car is quite good looking and has a certain amount of sex appeal. Maybe because of this reddish color, or well, I don't know, but when I saw it, I said to my friends at Carzet, I need to take this car for a spin because honestly it looks quite cool. So I got this car from my friends at Carzet. Carzet are a specialized second-hand car dealership located in Ipswich. All the cars come with 6 months RAC warranty, which is extendable up to 3 years. If you have a low credit score, they can help you with finance. If you want your car to be part exchanged, well, Carzet can provide part exchange with your car. Also, if you want your car delivered all the way across UK, well, they can provide that as well. So check them out at carzet.co.uk. Let's talk about the engine on this car. For example, this one has a 1.4 diesel engine which has 88 horsepower, 240 Newton meters, goes from 0 to 60 in 11.6 seconds, which I know it's slow, has a 6-speed manual gearbox, and, well, get a load of this. This car manages to do around 80 miles per gallon, which I have to tell you that these numbers are quite impressive. And the engine is quite smooth. You can barely hear it in the car. The car is very well isolated, and this is something that I truly like about this car. Probably if it would have had a petrol, would have been even more quieter, but the isolation of the car is quite good, and this diesel engine, it's quite potent. About the side of the car, well, you immediately notice the 16-inch alloy wheels, which they look quite cool in this spokish pattern, and they give the car a very modern and also a luxurious stance. You can notice the black windows, the privacy glass on the rear doors, and well, on the rear windscreen, which looks quite cool. It gives the car, well, kind of a gangsterish look. Now, this car specifically doesn't have anything that pops out on its side, but it has a nice sleek silhouette that, well, improves the car's overall aerodynamics and gives it quite a sporty look. What you can notice from the side are the front headlights, which have been integrated neatly into the front wings. But other than that, the side profile of the car, well, considering that it's a small compact car, doesn't literally stand out in any particular way. The rear end of the car, well, here we have a couple of things. First of all, you can notice the taillights, which they look quite cool, and of course they look modern. Now, these ones doesn't have LED lights, but, well, I have to tell you that they have a nice, cool looking pattern. One thing that pops out is the rear view camera, because even though this is a small compact car, Kia decided to put a rear view camera in this car so you can have a better view when you park this car around town. Also, this car has parking sensors, which I find it quite cute. You have a rear view camera and parking sensors on a compact car, which a couple of years ago these options were just on the high-end vehicles, not on small compact cars. Now, this car doesn't have a roof spoiler, which is a shame because it would have looked a lot better with a wing on its roof. Probably would have added a sense of sportiness to the car. Well, this is my opinion anyway. The bumper is being integrated neatly into the rear end, giving the car a sporty feel. You have a blacked out rear diffuser, which it's supposed to be a rear diffuser. It's actually not, but it's a black plastic that actually gives the car a very modern and sporty feel as well. So overall, the rear end of the car is stylish. It looks quite cool, and well, you notice the Kia badge, the CRDI badge, which means that you have the diesel engine, and of course the Rio badge over here, which shows you exactly what kind of Kia you got. Overall, I have to tell you that I do like how the rear end of the Kia looks. Let's discuss about the interior of the Kia. First of all, you are greeted with good quality materials. You have leather on the seats, you have leather on the steering wheel, and also you have leather on the door side. Now, the plastic of this car, it's a little bit harsh, but it's way better than previous version. Everything has been updated to the new Kia standards, and I do like it. First of all, I want to talk about the seats. The seats are covered in leather, they are heated, they are manually adjustable seats, but they are very comfortable. The leather on them is very soft, and driving this car on long journeys is gonna be quite pleasant thanks to the seats. Now, what I want to mention are these options, because I find it quite interesting how they developed the compact segment. I want to talk about a couple of options that this car has, and I have to tell you that I kind of like them. First of all, you have heated steering wheel, which is quite cool. It's quite nice. So on a winter time, on a winter day, when you want to jump into your car and, well, drive to work, and you're gonna press a button over here and the steering wheel is starting to heat up. It's quite cool. And another option that this car has, it has lane assist, which, well, I think it's quite cool having lane assist on a small compact car, because when you're driving this car on a freeway, it's gonna let you know when you're gonna cross on the other lane, which is interesting. The infotainment system is a touchscreen, which I think it looks quite cool. The dashboard looks quite nice, and you have this piano black finish that is surrounding the infotainment screen. Now you have radio media, and well, also you have Bluetooth media on this car, and I'm not gonna go through the whole system again because, well, I've already talked about Kia infotainment system on the Kia Picanto that I reviewed, and I'm gonna put a link right up here to show you the whole infotainment screen of this car. But I'm gonna go a little bit into the settings, and we do have the navigation, which looks quite cool. The infotainment screen is actually very responsive, and the map has been completely updated, and it looks quite cool. You have DAB radio and a couple of features on this infotainment screen, but overall I have to tell you that it's very modern. The colors are quite nice, and it's very responsive. So yes, in short words, I do like the infotainment system of the Kia Rio. Now let's discuss about the gauge cluster of this car. I like how it starts up. You can see the Kia Rio over there. Now, I don't like this beeping sound that this car has. It's a little bit annoying, but well, there you have it. One thing that I want to mention are these colors, which they look quite cool. This bluish whitish light it's quite cool at nighttime, and it's not gonna bother your eyes. Now, right in the middle, we do have a little screen. This is not a colored screen, which is a shame. I think it could have looked a lot better if the screen would have been colored, but nevertheless, you have this monochrome screen in the middle, which has a couple of information. For example, you have the average fuel consumption of around 52.2 miles per gallon, which this car has around town. Right here you have a digital speedometer, and also you can see a couple of things, a couple of information. Now, this car, as I mentioned, has lane assist, which is quite cool, and also you have a couple of settings right over here. For example, you have driving assistant, which well, it shows you the autonomous economical drive that this car has, and also you have forward collision warning. The gauge cluster is covered in this aluminium trim. Both gauges are covered with this aluminium trim that gives the car a sporty feel. Overall, the gauge cluster looks quite cool. Now, I like the climate controls of the car. The climate controls also look exactly as in the Kia Picanto, but these ones are a little bit bigger. Down here we have a USB plug, you have a power socket, which it's actually the cigarette lighter, and also you have an auxiliary jack. You have two decent cup holders, which are placed right here in the central console. Now, what I don't like is the fact that the armrest is not adjustable. You have a fixed armrest, and it's been placed very well, positioned quite good, but I think it would have been a little bit better if you can actually adjust this. Even though it's a small compact car, there's plenty of room in the back seats as well. You have plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom, and also the back seats are comfortable as well. You can fit 5 adults in this car, and well, it's gonna feel a little bit crowded if you put 5 people like me in this car, but considering that, well, you get kids and you have friends who are not in the same size that you are, they're gonna be quite comfortable in the rear seats of the car. Even though this is a small car, you have plenty of boot space. For example, with the seats up, you get a boot of 325 liters, but if you drop the back seats, which you can do in this small compact car, then you're gonna get 980 liters of cargo space. This actually became a very practical car. It got bigger over the previous models, and also the interior design of the car, along with the boot size and along with the fact that you can drop the back seats, actually this car became very practical for a daily car. And now it's time to drive the Kia Rio. I'm gonna put the seatbelt on because, well, I will have to remind you over and over again that you need to wear the seatbelt, because this can actually save your life. And well, not just that, but you will get a ticket if you don't wear the seatbelt. So well, you have to. Now let's put this car in the first gear because it's a manual, and let's hop away. Okay, feels quite pleasant. Now I'm gonna start up the heating system of this car because it's a little bit chilly outside due to the fact that it's been raining for the past couple of days and the weather was atrocious. But it's a pleasure driving this little Kia around town. First of all, the suspension is quite goodish. I mean, you have to consider that being a compact car, it's not gonna be as luxurious as a bigger compact or as a saloon, but the suspension is quite goodish, and the car is actually literally quite comfortable. But I have to mention the seats again, because the seats are very comfortable and makes the drive very pleasant. Also, the engine noise is not that loud. Even the outside noise is not that loud because the cabin has been completely redesigned and completely changed, and now the sound isolation is better. Now, don't think that it's gonna be like an S-Class, because it's not, but still I have to tell you that it's way better than its previous version. The steering is precise and the car is very nimble. Even though it has 88 horsepower, the car feels sporty, and well, it's nimble around town and also around countryside roads, so you can actually push it a little bit more. But what do I have to say about the fuel consumption? Well, you've seen the numbers, and well, they are what they are. They are good. This is a small diesel engine, which means that it's quite economical, it's going to be cheap to run, and also it's quite a reliable car. I would have preferred this car to be an automatic. Due to the fact that it's a small compact car, the automatic gearbox would have been a better choice. But still, this one, the 6-speed manual gearbox, isn't bad, and somehow gives the car a more sporty feel. So overall, if you want to buy a small compact car, economical, practical, good looking, and with a lot of options, I think that this Kia may suit you. So overall, I do like the elements of this Kia, I do like how it drives, and well, yes, I could definitely see myself driving one of these as a daily car. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you soon. Take care. All the best.